By now, you have seen the dysfunction, the infighting, the chaos that's been going on within the Republican Party. And 15 rounds is what it took for Kevin McCarthy to finally become Speaker of the House. Now, this capture for power was glorious, but its preservation is precarious. Coming from Axios, he struck a deal to become Speaker of the House with his Republican co-conspirators, constituents, and co-defendants. He's been making big concessions for weeks to win over his most hardline conservative colleagues. He clinched the speakership in the early hours of Saturday morning on the 15th vote. Now, mind you, Saturday morning, like early Saturday morning, right? Like at 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning in D.C., politicians should not be at the Capitol voting for a Speaker of the House. Normally, Saturday morning at 1 o'clock at 1 o'clock in the morning, people are going to the club or leaving the club or at the club partying. They're not supposed to be at the Capitol vote for Speaker of the House. But let's talk about some of the key concessions that McCarthy made that finally drunk his thirst for power. Kevin McCarthy agreed to lower the number of members needed to call for a motion to vacate the Speaker's chair down to one. So basically, anybody who feels that McCarthy is not worthy of being the Speaker, they can just call for a motion. So don't be surprised if you see some of the most hardline individuals like Lauren Boebert and Matthew Gaetz and Andy Biggs and all them other clowns that, parade around the circus known as the Republican Party. All of a sudden one day, well, I just don't feel that McCarthy is worthy of being Speaker of the House. And they will make the motion for him to vacate. Normally, that number set at 5. It also included a rule that says that any move to raise the debt ceiling must also be accompanied by spending cuts. The rules package also includes a resolution establishing a House Select Committee on the weaponization of the federal government. Okay, that's all weasel words and all that. But as far as I'm concerned, weaponization of the federal government, a House Select Committee, yeah. A lot of these politicians got their butt in the crack on January 6th. So this is a means for them to cover their own asses, if you ask me. McCarthy also agreed to vote individually on 12 appropriation bills rather than one ominous spending bill. The package also reinstates the Holman Rule, which lets lawmakers amend appropriations legislation and reduce the salary of government officials. Also gives lawmakers 72 hours to review bills before they come to the House floor. The rules package also includes votes on bills relating to key sticking points for conservative lawmakers, including on the usual boogeyman, securing the border, and abortion, among other areas. So this is what Kevin McCarthy basically conceded to, all to drink his thirst for power. Also, he could just hold that gavel and pop, 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 pop. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. I am the speaker. Hear ye, hear ye. I am the speaker. And by the way, Lovie Smith is fired as the culture of the Houston Texans, like who didn't see that one coming? But back to the regular scheduled program on Radio Progress. Now, what we talked about here with Kevin McCarthy is the fact that he is a speaker in name only. He's a speaker in name only. The man is essentially powerless. He has no leverage on anyone, on anything. So his thirst for power came at a cost. He don't have any. But this is what happens when you lie with dogs. This is the price you pay for the games you play. And he has nobody but himself to blame for this clown show that is the Republican Party. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And I will catch y'all in another one on Burning Hot Topics. Peace.